Welcome back to the third part of this tutorial. So to get all of these buttons doing what they're meant to do, I'm going to have to declare some variables to aid me with the implementation of the code. So I will come right down here, right underneath my frame, right here underneath the frames. I think that would be nice. Let's come right there. The first variable that I'm going to declare will be a global variable. So let's come down here and I just type in global, and I'm going to call this global variable HD. That's all. So means hotel database. Now let's declare the others. I'm going to call this cost ID, which stands for customer ID, and that's going to be string variable. I will also declare, let's come down here, let's say first name, paste that I've just copied, come right down, surname, paste, address, paste. Let's get that indented and move it right up. I'm gonna go for postcode as well. Postcode there. Let's say mobile phone, and so on, guys. So let's get this one indented and speed up the whole process. Alright, I've finished with the declaration of all my variables. Okay, before I go any further, let me just take care of this. The date in and date out. So I'm going to enter some default dates in there. So let's say date in dot. So I'm going to make that today. So that will be set time dot, that is string time, and the string time, let's say percent, enter D / and the month / and we need year right there. They should actually be in a quote, so let's come in here and enter a quote there, right, and close that. There's two brackets there, so so that's for the very first date. So I'm going to repeat the same thing for this one. It's just a default date in there, paste that there. The other thing that I will do now is, you see the customer reference, so let's enter a random reference value in there. So first of all, I'm just going to, let's say x equals random, and random dot random integer value, and I'm going to give it a value of about, let's say 1190, and let's go for about 8,000 plus. Okay, alright, let's just say 8,000 plus. That will do. Okay, now underneath here I'm going to enter random reference. So let's say random reference, which is more or less like going to be like a local variable for me. So let's just copy this, paste it in here, and enter reference. So this random reference, I will use that to convert it to string value, convert whatever value I have inside X to string. So dot set. So I'm just going to enter, let's say hotel here, Okay, hotel plus random reference, and there we go. There, close that up. Okay, all of these now I will have to call them inside each of those widgets. So I'm going to be calling 1 2 3. So let's come right down, look for the, okay, that's this very one. I'm coming straight to the text area. Say comma text variable equals cost ID. So that's the very first one taken care of. I'm going to copy this and use it for the other two. Come right down here, let's look for the other two, date in and date out. Date in, go to the text box, paste that in there. So that's going to be date in, and the other one, the last one, is going to be date out. Okay, it's not really the last one, there's more. We're going to be entering some more. Okay, that's date out. Yeah, so I've called those variables that I've taken care of inside each those three widgets. So let's come in here and just run it and see how that's gonna look like. There, now I have a random value there and the date, so you can always change this. Date in is on the 29, we can then change it to 31 or whatever you want to change it to. Okay, so let's exit. Now let's take care of some other more functions. Maybe I'm going to take care of, let's call that I exit. There we go. So I exit equals tick enter dot message box, yeah, and there we go. And let's say dot ask yes or no. Where is it? There we go. And let's just enter in here hotel database management system. That would be my title for it. Close that argument, open up another argument. The second argument will just be confirm if you want to exit. There. Now let's use an if statement to validate the selection made. If I exit less than 0, root dot destroy. Enter parentheses, and here let's return. There. I will now call this. So go straight to my button here. Where is the button? Exit. So inside exits right here, I'm just going to say no, let's do that here. Comma command equals exit. Alright, let's check out the exit and make sure it works as expected. Click on that. There we go. No, I do not want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. Okay, if you guys notice the title on the exit message box, look at it. Hotel database management system. Confirm if you want to exit, and you can see the icon, the question icon. Okay, you can always choose no, or you can choose yes. There we go. That's fine. Now let's take care of the reset. I'm going to come up here. In the case of the reset, I'm going to use two different methods so that you guys will understand them anyway. Default, okay, with the reset, the first thing is I can use this method self dot, let's go for txt, and that will be, I think I do have date of birth. I think so. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. txt date of birth, and that is going to be dot delete, open a bracket, 0, comma, end. That's one method that you guys can use. Let's increase this thing so you can see it much better. Right, apply that. Okay, that is one method that can be used. I can just copy these across. Copy the other ones that I have name, and I also have, I'm not going to clear these. Yeah, I can clear and reset it anyway, so yeah, reset it, copy, paste, and I will reset it right at the bottom. Yep. Then I have name, surname, and so on. Copy this, paste this here. Now we have first name, and we have surname. We have address, copy and paste, change that to address. I'm just going to speed that up. And the other method is I'm going to use for something like mail. It's going to be dot, then the mail type is, I'm using a Combobox there. Let's see, mail. Okay, room number, room extension number, room type, all of these I will just use the other method. That's the room. Okay, that's fine. So for this I'm going to use that same method. So let's come down here, and this is going to be room type. Room type is going to be dot set, and make that empty, and so on, guys. Okay, those are my variable. I think for gender and nationality I can always use this method for them, so I'm going to copy those. There's nothing wrong in using this method for all. I just feel I should do it that way, so I'm going to cut this off and paste it here. That's gender and nationality, cut that off as well, paste it here, there, and get rid of these two. There we go. If I run my program now, let's see how, if there's any other one that I can modify. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna leave this like that. Okay, close that. The thing is, when I reset, it's going to reset or clear all of this. So what I'm gonna do before I call my reset function, I'm gonna copy this. Yeah, copy this and just paste it right underneath reset here. So that will be part of my reset. So when I reset, I repopulate those 3 widgets. Okay, that's reset taken care of. Have a good look at that. So let's move this up so that you guys can see the lines of codes. Yeah. Alright, I'm now going to call reset. Let's scroll right down and call button reset here. Let's say command equals reset. Let's copy that and paste it here. There. Now run the program. and let's enter whatever in here. Okay, click on reset. There we go. But I expected it to repopulate those three. Yeah, let's see what I've done wrong. Clear that. Come up here, the reset. Okay, get rid of this. Oh yeah, just comment it out for now. I can always get rid of it later on. Comment this. Now let's try my reset again. Let's see. Reset. There. This is not working. Let's see hotel and nationality. Let's see what happened to those ones. Okay. This should be TXT. Right. One down. And the email is not here, so let's come in here. I'm just gonna maybe enter email here. Right, I think that should do it now. Get rid of these ones and get rid of this. So my resets should be officially ready to be used. Now let's run it again. We need to speed up because there's still more work to do. Alright. Let's see now. Reset. There we go. But 1, 2, and 3 to 5, they're not working yet. Okay, those ones are not working because I haven't officially called them within the variable, within the widgets. That's one other thing I need to do. Okay, you see all of these? I'm meant to call them. So let's start with the first name. I think I may have that first name. Come down. Nope, I don't. Okay, copy these and just change it to first name. Okay, comma, first name. Let's call that variable first name. There. And I'm going to repeat the same thing for all of the entering widget. This one is surname. There should be a comma here. So let's speed that up, guys. If you don't call this text variable, it's not going to work. So let's speed that up. Okay guys, all of the text variable for each of these Combobox widget has been called. There they are. Okay, so have a good look at them, and that is how you call them. Okay, let's come up here. That's the other one, and this one here. There, all are called now. Alright, so now you guys can see that. Just moving it in a little bit. Okay then, this is just 16 here. Alright, you guys should be able to see it properly now. Okay then, so all of the text variable for each component, this entering widget, they are all called as well, as you can see. Okay, you can see each of the text variable actually refer to the name of the text widget or entering widget. Now that is fine. Let's run it and make sure the Combobox works as expected. Okay, drop it down, select whatever. There we go. Reset. That's fine. So it's all working now. So 1, 2 works. So we need to take care of these other 5. Close that. Now let's go straight here underneath the reset. Okay, enter another method in there, or function. The method that I'm going to be adding will be to add the data itself. Okay, and there we go. This should be adding the data. Right, that's the first method to add the data. The other one is going to be to display the data. I'm going to copy this, come right down here. I'm trying to speed up things because of time. This is going to be display data. Display data. Okay, that's for display data, but I'm calling the wrong database. The name of my database is called, there we go, database hotel. So I'm going to copy that and place that in here, database hotel, else there will be an error. Repeat the same thing for this. Yeah, let's make sure it's all taken care of. Right, now let's take care of another one. This other one is going to be for hotel record, hotel rec. There we go. All right there, guys, those are the lines of code that we add the data onto my database. Okay, now if you guys notice one thing, they all have a name, have a number. I mean, that's number 1 to 11. If you're wondering why 11, I've only chosen the 11 important data. I did not choose mail, room type, room number, and extension number. As you can see, I have 11 here. It's this 11 data that I'm calling, and I've also left out the date of birth and the postcode. I left out those two as well. Okay, so that is why I just have 11. There they are. Okay, hotel records. Those will be the records that are going to be kept on the database. Now the next one is, all right, now I've added delete data, search database, and update the data. Okay, these three functions that you can see, I'm calling the backend database here, and here as well. I've also called the backend database. That is taking care of the database here as well. And those are my fields, which you guys can still recall. There we go. Now the last one that we need to take care of is the one that we display the data that we have on each of these components here. So when I click on this, I expect the data that I have inside my database to be displayed here. Now I'll be able to use the display to display every other data that I have inside my database. So for now, let's come back in here. So scroll down, and we call this function total cost and add data. There. Now the first thing I want to do is I'm going to declare as follows. Let's say date in equals whatever I have inside date.get. If you guys can still record date in and date out right here, I used it here. There we go. Okay, Now I'm now calling it so that I can deduct whatever we have inside date in and date out. Now the next one is going to be date out. Copy that and just change the in to out. Date out. It's going to be whatever I have in here. There. Now to work out the day in is going to be date time. That's not meant to be uppercase, that should be lowercase. Date time dot string paste time, and that is going to be date in this very one here, so that should be uppercase. There, comma, the formatted date, so percent date slash percent month forward slash and year. There we go. Right, and I will also repeat the same thing for date out. Copy that, come right down here, paste, and change this one to out, and here as well. Okay, the variable that I declare for date in, that is right up here, is called total day. Let's see, total day. There we go. Copy that. Now let's work out how many days that the customer has stayed in the hotel. So come right down here, paste that, total date dot set abstract, and that will be date out day minus in day dot days. There, I think that should do it. Now we now need to call all of these. I'm going to copy that. I have to call that inside on the button. I mean, let's come here straight to the button. Here we enter comma command equals there, and we also need to assign the variable. Notice this very button is going to be doing a lot of work. This is just one date, total date. Let's look at total date. There we go. So I'm going to call that in here. Yeah, so let's say text variable equals total days. There we go. Right, let's run it and see how that's gonna work. Change this here and just change it to maybe 7. Okay, we expect it to deduct this from this, so let's see. There we go, 122 days. That is fine. Close that. Okay, that is fine. So I will now use an if statement to work out the selection made. Let's say the menu, so let's say get meal. If the meal equals breakfast, and how much that is going to cost, and room type dot get, if that is equals single, then we're gonna work out the following. Let's say Q1 equals float, and that is going to be 17, and let's say Q2 equals, I'm going to make that float 30, let's say float 34, Q3, we make that the total. That'll be total day, total days dot get. There we go. Now Q4, and for Q4 I'm going to use that to work out the following. That will be Q1 plus Q2, and to work out the tax, let's say the tax is going to be, let's say Q5 first. Q5 quest number 5 equals, I'm going to take care of 3 and 4 here. Q3 plus Q4. Right. Now let's say tax equals, let's enter pound sign there, pound sign plus string, and that is going to be as follows: dot 2 decimal place, and that's going to be Q5, close that. We then multiply that by, let's say the tax rate is 0.09. okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's go for the, I'm going to say ST, that which stands for, you guys can guess, and that will be subtotal. Let's paste this here. ST is going to be just Q5, so I'm going to get rid of all of these. There we go, that's ST. Now let's go for TT. TT, that's total cost. That is going to be all of these here. Let me just copy everything I have in here, paste it right here. Okay, plus Q5 and the tax rate there. Now let's assign all of these into the following. Paid tax equals, no, that will be dot, that will be tax, that's for pay tax. Subtotal dot set, that will be ST, and total cost, and that will be TT. There we go. So my first calculation is taken care of, but there's something I'm leaving out before I forget. You see here where we have add data right here, all of this data has to be added, so I'm just going to copy that and put that into my total right here. So let's come down here and paste that before I forget. There, remember that, guys. Okay, now let's use an if statement. I'm going to copy all of these to change it around for the next selection. So let's say else if, move it close, else if it's double room, there. So we have to carry out some changes. So let's say this is 35, 44, or maybe 43, and so on. Okay, That's one taken care of. So I'm just going to repeat the same thing for the others. Okay guys, all of the conditions for the calculations are all taken care of. Let's come right down so that you see the rest. That's for single, for double, family. Then the condition changes again here. If you have a lunch, this is for breakfast, this is for lunch. The condition changes here for lunch, double, family, and the condition also changes underneath here. If you are having dinner, there we go. Okay, it's the same lines of code, only the condition and the price that changes, and that is all there is to it. So I think I can officially say I'm finished with this application. Okay, but it's still not going to work. This will work, but 1 2 3 4 will not do anything. So let's enter some values in here first and see. Let's say the name is Paul Bowman. Address number 1, Gostown Road. Date of birth, postcode, and here mobile number, email address. Nationality, gender, male, and just select any of these. That's my, oh, let me use my pilot. Breakfast, single, there and there. Let's try it out. Okay, I think we have an error. Let's check out what the error might be. Okay, I think I know where the error is. I was meant to call this hotel record. I'm meant to call that right inside the right here. Yeah, right there. Say comma and paste. Okay, so let's save and run again. Oh, let's delete the parentheses, else there will be an error. Now let's try it again. Okay, I'm gonna try this out now. Let's just change this and let's enter some value here. Let's say Paul O. I'll take that off here. And address. Right. Date of birth. Let's just speed this up. Alright. Let's just enter something here. And there. So decision time. There we go. Look at that. Okay, it's working apart from 1 2 3 4. So let's close that and enter and call all of the functions right in here. Okay, so one down, the next is just to call those functions. Let's right. The very first one that I need to call now is display, so I'm going to say command. Let's come right here, comma, that is called display data. Yeah, display data. Right, that's fine. The next one is going to be update. I think the update is with lowercase, followed by delete. I think that might be called delete data. Yep, delete data. And and we have the search. That is called search database. I think that is all now. So let's run it. Run. There we go. Okay, let's give that a name, and the name is going to be Kingsley. Kingsley Hancock. Address of Hancock, 34 Tree Road Way, and so on. Okay, mail, I think he's going to settle for that. Single room number, let's change that to 4, and extension number. Alright, there we go. We're staying in the hotel for 39 days, and we can just display the rest of the data. Okay, now let's see if this works. Here we have 4. There are 3 of those. Delete. In fact, it's 4. Delete this one and this, and that's Kingsley Hancock right there. Okay, so let's enter more data and see. Let's delete the data we have for Paul, another Paul here, there, and add more data in there. Okay, let's select ID type. It says student, breakfast, single room, or maybe double this time around. Yeah, and there. So let's click on add. Okay, let's display data. Alright, that is Tony Montana right there. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. But before I leave, I'm going to show you guys the back end lines of codes one more time. And right here are the back end lines of code one more time. Okay, the database is called booking. Be careful, right here you must make sure you enter the right name for the database, else there will be an error. Okay, I'm talking from experience. The database name must be the correct name. Okay, guys. Well, I suppose you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to minimize this, and please do subscribe, and you can always join to become a member of my channel. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.